Listen vision. DC's #1 recording studio.
Good evening, happy Sunday. Welcome to another evening over here at Ustyle Magazine. I am your host, Miss Bridget Davis. I'm so glad to be with you guys again this evening. Sexy Sundays is in the building. I told you guys we have an amazing show, but first of all, I want to recap my weekend. This weekend was the very first Ustyle Magazine business pop-up, and we popped up on Mr. Marcus Jones and Glay Adams over there at the Boxercise Fitness Program out there in Forestville. We had an amazing time. First of all, I want to thank you guys for having us. You all were wonderful. The energy in that place at 9 o'clock in the morning, when I tell you all that they had the boxing gloves on, Glay had the sweat going, she had the music blasted, I could not believe it. But it's an amazing program over there. We had a great time. The footage should be up probably like Monday on all of my social media channels as well as my YouTube channel. So you guys make sure that you are staying tuned to that. But we will be doing another business pop-up on November the 18th. So if you would like for us to make a surprise visit over to your business, give us a jingle and we'll be right there. Me and my cameraman, we want to come to you. We want to see what you're doing during the day. I'm coming from behind this desk, like I said, and I'm getting out there on the street, and I want to see what you guys are doing. You guys come over here, you check me out, you see what I'm doing. I want to see what you're doing. So make sure that you get at me, let me know where you're at, what you're doing, and I'm coming to you. So again, the next business pop-up is going to be on November the 18th. So make sure you guys get connected with me. Let me know where you're at, and your girl's going to be there. Also, shout out to Miss Vanessa V-Day. I will be hosting her birthday party that she's having December the 23rd. Her, along with several other promoters, Dwayne Nutt, Reese Red Lips, they all are going to have a hot party over there for Christmas, December the 23rd. So your girl will be over there red carpet ready. So make sure you guys are red carpet ready. Miss Vanessa V-Day said we going to war, y'all. So make sure you got your camouflage on. Make sure you got your shoe gear together, because I'll be out there with the shoe cam. Make sure you guys are war ready, she said, because she's going to bring it, and she want to make sure y'all bring it too. So again, thank everyone for all of the invites I've been getting. I'm trying to get out to everybody's events, so you guys just bear with me. I am coming. Make sure you continue to follow me on all of my social networks. Of course, I'm on Facebook as Bridget Ustyle Mag Davis. I'm also on Twitter, Instagram as Ustyle Magazine as well. You can also catch me on YouTube. Make sure you're subscribing to my YouTube channel. Right there, you'll be able to catch all of my previously recorded broadcasts. Ustyle Magazine is the station. Check it out, subscribe. Catch all of my previously recorded broadcasts. I thank you guys for following with me, staying up with me. You guys are awesome. Again, make sure you check out Marcus Jones and Glay Adams over there at Boxer Fitness. They're located actually at 8741 Darcy Road, which is in Forestville, Maryland. Glay does the jab and jam. And I'm telling you, they jabbing and they jamming, y'all. So make sure you're ready. Make sure you get some good sleep. Make sure you get your vitamins and all of that, because she's going to give you a workout. Then they got, again, Mr. Marcus Jones. He's following up with the pound for pound. That was just completely over the top, Marcus. My legs are still aching from those 100. What were you doing? Squats? I think I probably only did maybe like 10, and my legs are really hurting already. So next time I'll be prepared. But you guys, again, make sure that you check them out. Check them out. Again, next date is going to be November 18th. I'll be out and about in the city. Make sure you come on out. Tonight, I have 4 amazing women that are joining me tonight. They have a story that, has been circulating and has been honestly the biggest scam and scandal that has hit the Washington, D.C. area. These ladies that I'm going to have up here with me right after this short break have the story, the inside story that you guys do not want to miss. And I'm hoping that when we get done with this broadcast tonight, we can get some answers to what happened and what went on. So you guys don't go anywhere. I'll be right back in about 2 shakes, and we're going to get to the bottom of this story. I'll see you guys in a minute. All right. Hey, ladies.
Hey.
Thank you guys for joining us. I am back here with my amazing special guests. They got some stuff on their mind, y'all. And we're going to talk about it.
Yes.
First of all, let's go down the road so you guys can introduce yourselves.
I'm LaShawn Woodward Hall.
Okay.
Tara Anderson.
All righty.
Anthony's Ruffin.
Okay.
And Wasita McKinley.
All right. Well, hello. I remember you.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. All right. Well, hey, ladies.
Hi.
Thank you for joining me. I hope you guys didn't have any problem finding us.
Not at all.
Perfect.
Thanks for having us.
Well,
Yes.
thank you for coming. Definitely, thank you for coming. So I'm just gonna get right to it. What the hell happened?
I'll begin.
Okay.
I'll begin. I've been waiting for this moment because we want this segment so people can hear truth and facts.
Exactly.
Truth and facts that was given to the state's attorney's office in the state of Maryland, that we recently had a civil case. So what you're hearing tonight is directly from the horse's mouth.
Absolutely.
These are facts. On August the 2nd, Channel 5 did a breaking news story. They reported a scam which was our missionary trip.
Right.
Our missionary
Right.
trip to Honduras, which we're letting the world know that we were going to Honduras
Exactly.
on August the 6th. So on August the 2nd, it was about 3:34 p.m. My phone ringing off the hook, and I'm thinking it's another 9/11 because my phone has never rung off the
Right,
hook like
right.
that. And come to find out, Fox 5 on Channel 5 in Washington, D.C. reported that it was a scam, and they stated at that time that it was a paper mishap. Some paperwork.
I remember
was not
seeing that. That's what I
filed.
remember seeing.
So we are here to speak the truth.
Right.
Okay.
Okay?
But
Okay.
that was not saying that the mission trip was a scam.
Right.
Just yet. That was stating that We Can't Survive was a scam, as far as they weren't registered with the state of Maryland.
Exactly.
And during at that time, the news was reporting that we were still going on this missionary trip.
Right.
At this point, we didn't really know that other business that We Can Survive has done in the past was going to affect our missionary trip.
Right.
Right.
So, okay, let's start, because I want to start from the very beginning, because honestly, I really want to know, how did it all come out? Who was the one that said, you know what, I think I better do a little bit of investigating on this foundation? I mean, like, how did it come out?
People were doing it at different times, kind of on their own, and then it started coming together one by one. People started coming from side A over to side B.
Right.
And putting
right.
the information together because we all had different parts. Like, oh wait, so we had this part, but didn't know that part.
Right.
So we
right.
were able
right.
to talk and finally get it together. We were able to present the facts and say, okay, so this is what's going on.
Right, because I even called for a group logistics meeting.
Okay. So then you getting technical now. Okay.
Yeah, that's it.
Because I'm ex-military. I'm a veteran.
Right.
If you're going overseas, you better have a logistics meetings to know everything from A to Z.
Exactly.
What to expect from the time you wake up in the morning, what time to be at that airport,
Right.
what's going to take place at that airport, who's going to meet you on the other side. You follow me?
Exactly.
We
Exactly.
needed logistics. And it was quite funny to me because when I called a logistics meeting, I even put a video up. We had a Facebook page. I want the world to know we used to have a Facebook page. Every morning, we used to all come to that live Facebook page at 8:30 and pray.
I remember that.
We
I
used
remember.
to
I mean, matter of fact,
I
we were
remember.
here just before we were
Yes.
supposed to be going on this
Yes,
trip.
you were.
We was
Yes,
here
you
on a
were.
Sunday.
From February all the way up until D-Day.
Yeah.
Yes. From 8:30 and from 6 in the morning to 12 noon, we fast as a team.
Absolutely.
We prayed together at 8:30. I was at my job turning on Facebook Live to
Right.
be with the group to
Exactly.
And then at 11:50, we will pray the fast out. So,
Which is typical of missionary teams.
Right,
That's it.
exactly,
You fast
exactly.
Together, you pray
Right.
together so that you're on one accord.
Exactly.
And especially, you don't know what you're facing. You know when you go
right.
overseas.
So we want
Exactly.
this is great for the public to know all the stuff we went through
Right.
during these months. And then also when I called the logistic meeting, I had some resistance. And that puzzled me. Why
Right.
would you resist a logistics meeting? And then when we actually had the logistics meeting, Not one thing made sense. Maya was there.
Absolutely not.
What I did was I
Wow.
told everybody, even the people that are out of town that are on the team, I said, send in your questions.
Right.
This is the opportunity. So Maya can never say no one never questioned her, no one ever asked
Right.
her anything.
Right.
We were a team collectively there asking questions, and nothing made sense.
Well, the first question was, where was the itinerary to go to Honduras?
Exactly.
You're talking about we're going into another country, third world country. We don't have
Exactly.
any airline information. We don't have any hotel information at this point.
And so,
This-
but from my understanding, you guys didn't even find out that the trip was a no-go until the day before, correct?
well, that's some people.
That's some people.
Yeah, it's a lot of people. Well, I'm gonna say like it was told in different stages. There were
Okay.
people that was aware that wait a minute, that's when the research started, but we didn't know who to tell, so we had to strategically let each person know what was going
Right.
on.
Well,
Right.
Maya didn't officially say. She didn't officially say until the day before, "Hey guys, we can't go." And her reason was that the Secretary of State was holding her money or froze her assets or something silly. And so that's when we found out that that was a lie, and we're never going. There was
Everything
never
was
a
right.
trip. There was never a trip.
Ever.
Now let me go back. We did have, because I'm a traveler myself and I do group travel.
Okay.
We had some information in our initial packet, so we completed packets at the beginning of the trip and paid a volunteer fee to be a part, of the mission team, and we decided collectively that we would fundraise the rest.
Okay,
So
okay.
when in that initial package, it did have flight itinerary information, but there was an organization who was supposed to be doing that. Was it HBO or ASCO?
HBO does the volunteer.
Volunteer.
Okay,
part.
so there was another organization, HBO, who was supposed to have handled our flights.
Right.
All
for us,
travel
our
information.
travel. So we had that information, and then now I'm just giving you, some background information.
We had some information. It
So
wasn't
fast
the-
forward
Right.
to maybe a week or so before we were about to go. A couple of us were unsure because I called the airline myself. As a matter of fact, I called Maya and I said, "Hey, I need some itinerary information,
Right.
just to confirm that what we no." As a matter of fact, initially I forgot that it was in the initial package.
Uh-huh.
So I asked her. I said, "I need some itinerary information." She said, "Oh, it's in the initial package." Blah blah blah. So I went and kind of looked the flights up. But as I spoke to other mission team members, they were saying, "No, we're laying over in Houston." And I'm saying, "No, it says we have a layover in San Salvador." So everything was just kind of all over the place.
Right.
So
right.
then I called the airline personally before this logistic meeting even happened. And I said, "Well, I had them to check the international flights." And I'm like, "No, you got to check again."
Right.
Maybe they not finding out names because it's under a group reservation.
Right,
In
right.
my mind, I'm like, all these things can happen
It's possible, right?
if we were going, and if it was a group booking, we might not be able to pull our name because you can change names on group booking, very
Right,
close
right,
to the
right,
departure
right.
date. So that's what I kind of chopped it all up to, which was a lie as well.
Right.
And so, as you see, the news report reported that there was a nonprofit or a company donating supplies
Exactly.
to We Can't Survive. So that day, I had supplies at my office, which it was like the headquarters for all donations to come
Oh,
to.
okay. Okay.
And so at that point, Maya came and said she had some paperwork issues, so that company wasn't donating the supplies. So this particular day, we were supposed to be going to a warehouse and doing a inventory on all the supplies that we were collecting to send over to Honduras, supposedly.
Okay.
So she was kind of uneasy on that day. That was a Tuesday. So later that night, the team, whoever could volunteer that night, came to my office and we started doing inventory on the supplies that we had.
Uh-huh.
At that time, the question came up again, where is the flight itinerary? And she was saying, well, she had it. And when you look at it, it was like a cut and paste type of itinerary. Just
So
saying
at that
flights.
point, were you like, okay,
That point that night, I said, let me call the airlines. And I called the airline that was in the packet. And she said all of a sudden we switched to United Airlines.
All of a sudden.
All of a sudden, so I contact United Airlines. It's like 1:00 in the morning, and they had no names. This is on
and this is the day
week
before.
this is the
week
week before we
before.
were supposed to be going
We're supposed to
on
leave
this
that
trip.
Tuesday. We're supposed to leave that
It's
Sunday.
Sunday.
This was the
This is
Tuesday
Tuesday.
before.
And so at this time, in the middle of the night, like 1 o'clock, I'm calling. I'm like, well, I asked the airline representative, do you have this person name on there? Do you have this person? And she kept saying no. And I tried to reach out to another team member like, hey, won't you call in to the airlines with me? Because they saying they don't have our flights.
Right.
So 1 o'clock in the morning, we both called both airlines. They said there's no flights booked for no one going to Honduras. No layover, no nothing. Zip zam.
Right.
So the following morning, I contact another team member, and I'm again not sure. Come on, let's call the airline. So they probably knew this woman keep calling, trying to figure out who's going to Honduras.
Exactly.
So after that, there was one of the team members reached out to HVO and asked, did they know who Maya Wright was? And We Can Survive.
Now, HVO is...
That's a
It's a
subpart of the
volunteers.
American Society of Clinical Oncology.
Right.
Oh,
They handle all the
okay.
volunteers.
Yeah.
Oh,
They
okay.
handle
Yeah,
volunteers
they do the
anytime.
volunteering part.
Right.
And the
Oh, okay.
volunteers go through them for the missionary work.
Right.
But the thing about it is, like, you're supposed to be in the medical field to even go
Exactly.
through this
So
organization.
they would have never
They
let
would've
us.
never
They would've
taken
never
us.
let us
Never
go.
went with
With them anyway.
Exactly.
And
But we
they
didn't know this. We
Yeah.
were believing.
And that's what I was going to
Through the
say.
whole
You guys probably
Right.
had
We
no
have
clue
no
that this was
because-
the process.
Because
Right.
we're raising money from March or whatever, we're doing all these events, and we were
Right.
told that the money that we raised was going to this organization.
ASC,
Right.
American
Canceled
Society
checks,
of
though.
Clinical Oncology.
We weren't just told that. We were seeing canceled checks.
Yeah, we saw
were
canceled
seeing
PayPal
checks or
payments.
PayPal payments that said, hey, I made another payment today. Hey, guys, we met our deadline. Hey, I paid
Keep
this amount
fundraising,
today.
yes.
Let's keep doing this. Now we need to do this. And for me, it was the passport thing. So the whole time in the beginning, ASCO, American Society for Clinical Oncology, is supposed to be paying for our passports. So any updates or any new passports that had to be done, we filled out our documents, we sent them in so that they could go ahead and do everything. And every time we were supposed to meet to go to the passport office, she kept putting it off. And she was like, well, so then she told us that ASCO had kicked us out and we're not going with them. We're going by ourselves. And she knew since April. But she wanted
probably knew that you guys wouldn't look into it at that point
Right,
to realize
exactly.
you
Right.
can't
We're
go
trusting
by
her.
yourself.
Right.
Right.
Trusting
And
everything
so then
that she's
she
saying.
says, so they were supposed to go to the passport office. She's like, oh, can you guys pay for yourselves because my money didn't clear. I'm supposed to be taking money out of my 401k.
Yes.
And she's like, the bank won't give me the money. I don't have access to it. So I'm sitting there like, okay, well, fine. So we meet her at the passport office. And the whole time we're at the passport office, she's walking around on her phone. She's nervous.
But
she won't stand
this is
beside
the
us.
same day that
The
we
news-
were finding out
the-
about the
the
news
news
Wait a minute,
report.
that's what I was gonna say. Wait a minute. So we're at the passport office. She's running around and she won't sit beside us. She's not talking to us. She's on
Right.
her phone the whole time. When we leave out, it's like 5 or 6 of us. She's like, "Hey guys, can we pray?" And that's not abnormal because we pray
Okay.
all the time.
Right,
so
right,
we held
right,
hands,
right.
We prayed, and so that's when she said, "Okay, let me tell you what's going on." The same news station that did the story about the supplies they're saying that we don't have a nonprofit. And it's a paperwork issue. That's what she said. So
Right.
we're like, call your lawyer. She's
Right.
like, do you know an attorney? We're like, where's your attorney? She said, my attorney's out of town. But then later on, she said that she's her own attorney. So, it just started getting really, really crazy. But I had been calling the passport office and checking the State Department's website. And she was like, and I was like, there's no passport pending for me. So she sent me a text message from Nancy Kelly from HBO saying that, hey, I had the passports on my desk the whole time. And she sent a picture of some passports. When I searched the image,
And it
was a
said we
Google
can
search
wait a
image.
minute. It said we can survive
Stack
of passports. So she's showing the team, whoever had passports, that this organization has their passports on their desk.
But not the no pictures, just the back of the book. And it's like this Caucasian hand holding all these passports, and it says "We Can Survive"
Stock
stack
photo.
from Nancy Kelly, but it was a Google image.
a
search.
Google image. So she
lot
made
of the
up
stuff
all
was.
these emails, texts to make us feel comfortable that she's sending the money to this Nancy Kelly person.
Right.
When everything comes out, Nancy Kelly, this is
It's a real
once this is
person.
going on, Nancy Kelly and this organization is a real person, but we had proof that they never even heard of Maya Wright
Right.
or We Can Survive. They never approved that anybody going on a
Nothing.
mission
Well, they
trip.
had heard about her because they had sent her
Oh,
a cease
2
and
weeks
desist,
before.
Yeah.
To
yeah.
stop
telling her to
using their
stop
logos.
using their logos. And so she ended up having a Facebook meeting, an urgent meeting with us, telling us, hey, take everything down off your Facebook pages and don't pass out those flyers because we can't. But she didn't tell us the real reason why. But that was the reason, because they had given her a cease and desist, telling her, do not use our information. So they knew who she was. They knew that she was a phony, but they didn't know what she was doing.
Oh,
She had no
my
idea.
goodness.
She literally was hit with 2 cease and desist, one from the American Society of Clinical Oncology and the state of Maryland. So she had 2 major cease and desist hit her, and none of the team ever knew anything.
And she wasn't supposed to be asking for donations for anything.
Exactly.
So that brings us back to here, where we were still a week before trying to get donations for supplies and money just before we went on a trip.
Exactly.
Okay, so let me go back to this cease and desist letter, the one from Maryland. So before I even looked at the cease and desist letter, I just kind of heard of, what was going on. I heard of the cease and desist letter. And I kept thinking, well, I mean, this can't be, I mean, what are they talking about? Some paperwork. I understand that if you incorporate in Delaware and your principal office is in Maryland, if you don't naturally know to register your business to register your business in the state of Maryland, I can see how that could be an oversight.
Right,
So again,
right.
in my mind, I just chopped it up to, it's really an oversight. So I reached out to her and I said, listen, call me because you need to do a press conference. This is what you need to do. Blah blah
Right,
blah blah blah.
right.
No response.
And I told her that at the passport office.
Right.
I said, this is the issue. You need to call Anthony's. I said, she does all this stuff. She knows about it.
Right.
And I told Anthony's the next day, if she does not call you, something's wrong.
So again, at this point,
'Cause
I still never read the actual cease and desist letter. But when I did read it, I said, wait a minute. This says 2 things. It says that she was not a registered 501c3. She was falsely identifying herself as a 501c3. And she wasn't registered to do business in Maryland. That's 2 separate offenses. So that made me go to the IRS look up the charity. And I was like, oh my
Nothing.
God.
Nothing.
She never
She
exists.
is not a 501c3.
So it wasn't even a paper problem. She
never existed.
never
She never existed.
existed.
So that's my thing, because I know now everybody is saying they had to have known something. The thing of it is
no way.
right, exactly. On one end, everything seemed like it was lining up, but on the other end, it wasn't.
Yeah.
Like,
And
but you guys were still in the process of just
Yeah,
kind of putting the pieces together.
From the outside looking in, it looks like, how could they not know?
Exactly.
But I'm saying, like,
exactly.
okay, so even when we were supposed to do this meet and greet with the American Society for Clinical Oncologists, we had out-of-state team members who were catching planes, who had paid for hotels. They were coming in that night. It just so happened that a breaking story comes on the news, and an accident in New York, someone gets hit by a car. Do you remember the guy? I think it was an ex-vet or something.
It was like one of these. It
crowd
was
of
like
people.
a terrorist. It was something like a terrorist attack where several people were injured. Someone
In a
ran
car.
over someone with a car.
And she ended up calling an urgent meeting and was
Early
like,
in
hey
the
guys,
morning.
listen, the meet and greet has been canceled. She's like, that accident was a couple of the scientists from American Society for Clinical Oncology.
What?
Yes.
And it's, you have to keep this quiet because, and like, I understand that that's personal. Like, I don't want to sit there and say, okay, well, gosh, I know who got hit by a car. So we're like, oh my gosh, so it's canceled. So, and then when she did stuff like that, she would bring it back in by saying, but like, let's just have a pizza party. And so they had a pizza party at the office. I wasn't able to make it, but she's like, let's do this, let's do that. Anytime something got canceled. So that was her way of canceling the
But
the meet and
mind
greet.
you, the out-of-state team member had paid for their flight, paid for a
Exactly.
hotel at the Ritz-Carlton.
Exactly.
to come in.
Where
To
the
come
event
in
was
where the
supposed to
event
happen.
took place.
Yeah. And
At the
can I
Ritz-Carlton.
say something that I think the public really needs to understand this? Her team was comprised of entrepreneur, business owners,
Absolutely.
I have my own nonprofit, federal government worker, nonprofit workers, active military personnel. She had a team of professional
Very
people
exactly.
that had
Absolutely thought about it.
connects.
Exactly.
And and also I need the public to understand is some of us did, such as myself. I did my homework on the American Society of
Right.
Clinical Oncology on board prior to getting board. They are immaculate. $170 million company. I did my homework. And the
Right.
reason I did not check her out is because she stated that the chief of police, who I know at that time in Capitol Heights, Maryland, was on her board, and the person who sent her to me, because I don't know Maya from Adam and Eve.
Right.
And it was the night before Thanksgiving last year, in which she came to me. Someone sent her to me to get food. I have a community food pantry, and she came to me. And people know if cancer families need some food, loaded her up with food.
Right.
And so with that person who sent her to me, I know they're legit. They would never. And then she said the chief of police, who I knew too, was on her board and even came to some of her functions. So I just never thought, I was like, okay.
So why do you think everybody trusted her so much?
So for me, I looked at, so my cousin is a cancer survivor, and she came on and she wanted to just give back. And she said, you want to join me? I was like, oh, this is awesome. I sit on the board. My other little cousin died of DIPG. Pediatric brain cancer. So I sit on the board for a cancer foundation. Right. And in addition to that, when I went on her Facebook page, I went off my cousin's word. Totally trust her. You trust her, I trust her. In addition to that, I checked her out on Facebook. She's doing all these things, all these partnerships with Lord and Taylor. I mean, for years. People that I know that are cancer survivors are walking in her fashion show. I mean, people that I personally know have donated to her. People that I personally deal with every day have supported her. I mean, heck, you had her. You talked to her because you didn't have any reason to question what she did.
And that is true.
I mean, for me, I work in the community. And guess what? When I tell people, I have a relationship I work with the council member, I work with the deputy mayors, I do all this stuff in the community, they see my pictures on Facebook. Nobody questions me or look my organization up. You don't have any reason to. So it was that exact same thing.
Right.
And I'm a ovarian cancer survivor. So she states that she's a 3-time ovarian cancer survivor. So I've been working with her for 2 years. And because I trusted that her purpose, her cause was the same as my cause. I'm going to believe her. But then we find out that's not even real, So it's just like you want to stick by somebody that's doing the same thing. You see the good, but obviously our good kind of blinded us for what was to come.
And piggybacking on what LaShawn said, because I can honestly say every last one of us involved on this team, what was about 26 of us, including 30, including the spouses.
Came on and all.
We had one thing the world needs to understand. We joined because we had a sincere heart to help people. That was our people who know me, who know any of these ladies, and even our team members who aren't here. I believe I can speak for them. We had a sincere heart. We wasn't getting paid to do this. Many of us lost hundreds and thousands of dollars.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hundreds and thousands of dollars.
Because over time she kept asking for money over and over again and asking us if first we were supposed to make a goal to go, everything was paid to go to Honduras. All of a sudden we owe another $3,000 and everybody had to pay up right now, right then, and additional money. So it's like it was draining. We working hard to do all these fundraisers.
We're dedicating, and so like she said, I'm a cancer survivor. I had colon cancer, and I'm cancer free for 2 years now, 2.5 years. So when I saw Maya, I had just met her based on me coming back to work. I had been off of work for 9 months, and my coworker was like, "You have to meet Maya, right?" And she is doing all this stuff, and she was doing some of the stuff that I wanted to do. So I had already adopted families for Christmas, cancer patients, and did things for their kids. And so I wanted to do the same kind of stuff. And I was like, oh, she's doing so many great things. She's raising money for funerals, supposedly providing transportation to and from chemo appointments. And we even helped her do some of this stuff. So that's the other thing. So for you to understand it, like, why would we think that it wasn't legit? We're working with Easter baskets. We're up to 11 o'clock at night delivering Easter baskets. We're doing all this kind of stuff.
So there was some good she did do.
She did do some good. But the thing about it is the good, I think the good, she's so calculating that the good was just enough so that she can say, if I do
this is what I did.
And she even said that.
And much of her good was supported from other agencies and individuals who gave to her that allowed her to do the good. You following me?
And not only that, what we said was that if she collected probably $10,000 for a funeral, she didn't give that $10,000 to that family. She did what she wanted to do, just enough. Because even when we met with her, my cousin and I met with her when the story first broke, we were like, let's sit down and talk. Like, I want to talk about facts. That's
facts, not hearsay.
And we sat down and talked to her, and the only thing she kept saying was, why is my character not good enough for you guys?
So what we did
Why not? Why is my character not good enough? Why are you questioning me?
what we did was we put the cease and desist letter from ASCO, the cease and desist letter from state of Maryland, the printout from the IRS tool, and we said, listen, we gonna deal with these facts right here.
Exactly.
Tell me why the state of Maryland is saying that.
Exactly. And what was her answer? I mean, because clearly you guys have the proof.
And she was
You got it. What was her response
about the ASCO letter? She was like, "Oh my God, I've never seen this before.
Can I see your phone?
Let me see your phone." So she read it, and she said, "If I were you, I wouldn't believe me either. But all I have is my truth and my character."
And why isn't that good enough? And I even told her then and there, I don't know you. Like, I only know you from this. I've only seen you do good things.
Right.
I'm not going to condemn you in public, but I'm not going to support you either.
Exactly.
I'm going to stand back, and I'm going to sit there and I'm going to see what's going on. But she went back and told the other team members, oh, I spoke with Tara and Anthony, and they're with me. Like, she just would switch anything around. Like, she would say, hey, I talked to Bridget, and Bridget said that she's 100%, and she's going to pay for my case.
Right.
Those kind of things.
And then there's the side with the state of Maryland. Now, there was a hearing.
Yeah, because that's what I want to know. Like, what's going on as
and with
far
the hearing, they brought up ASCO or HBO,
Nancy Kelly was there.
Nancy Kelly.
The real Nancy.
The real
Nancy
Kelly
Kelly
she
was
stole
there.
her identity.
She was there.
Yeah.
She
and
came
I know
there.
that Maya didn't think she was going to be
And
there.
then she never met this woman.
Never met
Never
Maya.
talked to this woman, but the state of Maryland brought that woman there as a witness.
Yes.
There was other witness. Maya was there. It wasn't. I wasn't in there, but there was
in
other
there.
people that
We
were
were all in
able to
there.
testify.
We were all testifying.
One at a time. We
One
all
at a time.
testified in the case, and just to say, you know, this is what it was, or our part of it. We told our part to the Secretary of State and the State's Attorney's Office. And Maya was sitting there acting as our own counsel, so she was able to cross-examine us and ask us questions.
Wait a minute, she cross-examined you.
Because she didn't have an attorney. Well, she asked
Oh yeah,
questions.
she's an attorney now too.
Yes,
So
yes,
okay.
that's probably
Yeah, she's an attorney,
Okay.
and so she was asking questions. She didn't ask me any questions. She asked some other people questions like, so you said there was a document that had a social security number on it. Do you have that form with you? Things like that. Just trying to act like she knew what she was doing. She sat there writing things down as if she was an attorney. And it was crazy. But after the hearing, she told people, well, oh yeah, the judge just told me to write a letter of apology. But there was no judge. The answer hasn't even been.
Yeah, because I do think I do
yet.
think that I did hear something about
Yeah,
her
that's
just
not
having
true.
to write
So
a letter of
I
apology.
did talk to.
That's a lie.
Well, the actual results of the hearing will be out this week.
This week.
Right.
Oh, okay. So now
Okay.
this is this a criminal?
This part is civil.
The civil. Oh, okay.
Leading to
The criminal.
Okay, because I was
This
going to say,
part
has
is-
there been a criminal case
Well, if
started?
we could
So
get
the civil
anybody
hasn't
that
happened
yet.
could additionally assist us to push things through, because this is not just the team, this is the public.
People have given
People
money,
have donated
time,
Exactly.
money to this, and you have the right to get your money back or something, or
Yeah.
have some type of say of, what. Well, I wouldn't say, but help in
Right.
getting your fund or some type
Right.
of justice.
So this
Add
hearing,
to it.
let me tell you, this hearing right here was to prove that she was illegally raising funds in the state of
Oh,
Maryland.
okay.
So everything
Okay.
that was brought in, this is the first step to ensure that she is not able to raise funds
Right.
anywhere.
collect donations.
Or collect donations
Right,
anyway.
right.
So this hearing was specifically with the state of Maryland to prove that she was, like I said, illegally raising funds, soliciting donations on
right.
behalf of We Can't Survive.
Right.
Right.
So once that ruling, the commissioner has 30 days to post the ruling, and that 30 days
This
is coming
Friday.
in
It's up
November,
this week.
And they
Okay.
have it. They said they made a decision
which is I'm
already,
sure she's,
but it'll be
I'm
coming out.
1,000%
Right.
sure that she'll be found
Yeah.
guilty, and that leads into the criminal part.
leads into the
Right.
criminal part. Because I think I'm safe to say that I speak for every last one of the members on this team. We want to prosecute.
Right.
We are not
Right.
stopping. We are not backing down because we owe it to the public, to society, to the world
To everyone,
to put an
yeah.
end to
Exactly.
this. Because
Exactly.
she claimed she went to Honduras last year, which we just found out was
That's
false.
that's
Was
not
Right.
false.
Never
She
went
never
last
went.
year.
She
But I
never
think this is just me talking for myself now, in my opinion. She got away with it last year,
Right.
so she
She
went
did.
bigger and
She
better
did
this
again.
year.
Right.
That's what I think
Because
she
I personally know people who donated to her
I do
last
also.
year.
And that's what I was going to say. So last
There
year
was
she
not a
did a
trip.
fundraising as well.
There
Right.
was
And
not
I
a
think
Yes.
donations and money, and never went to
Once
Honduras.
again, using the American Society of Clinical Oncology name.
Absolutely.
Their paperwork, and that's another thing the public needs to understand. She downloaded or photoshopped whatever she did, because I wasn't there with her when she did it, but the actual paperwork that we all filled out, the packets were official,
real documents.
Were real
They're real
packets.
documents.
Off
And
of,
Nancy Kelly actually
Yes.
said that this time they're going to pay attention to that because they didn't realize that those forms were so easily accessible
To duplicate.
On their
on
website.
their website.
Wow.
And so we had
So-
real documents with letterhead, their
Everything.
everything on
So
it.
you know what? It's one more thing I want to go back to. So when people say, "How didn't you know? Why
Right.
didn't you look at her record?" Right?
Right.
Because we all know
Right.
she has a criminal past. But what I'm
Right.
gonna say is,
Right.
like, everybody deserves a second and third.
Exactly.
And that's how we
That
all
is true.
looked
That
at
is
it.
true,
I
and I'm a
deal with-
firm believer of
Right,
that also.
exactly.
So
I
you
deal
are
with
exactly
returning
right.
citizens. So your background, your criminal past doesn't mean much to me because anybody can change.
Because
But if
of
you're
our
coming-
hearts, we want to give everybody the benefit of the doubt.
Exactly.
What your past
And that was
is your
part of
past.
her
We took her
story.
for
Exactly.
the present.
She was
Right.
like, "Listen, I did this."
She
And
said
I
it up
overcame
front
it.
to everyone.
And this is
I've
who I am.
been in jail before.
Right.
So
and
you
even
know,
me.
right.
And I think that's why I was kind of admired what she was doing and was
Absolutely.
trying my best to help
But the way I look
any way
at
that I
it,
could, because I thought it was like, gosh, she went from here to here.
Absolutely.
And
made a change.
Right.
yeah, exactly.
Why not?
Exactly.
Also-
She needs our help.
Right.
But when I look at it, to me, on the hindsight, she's telling us I have a criminal background and I'm doing this right now.
Exactly.
Yeah,
This
but
is
you
who
know
I
the
am.
sad part is people like Maya Wright who mess it up for returning citizens. You know, where
Exactly.
everybody like us have a heart to give another person a second chance. You might find others out there say, "That's why I don't want to hire them. Look what they
Right,
do." She
exactly,
messed it up for
exactly.
returning citizens,
Or giving
She al-
donations to another organization.
and she
Exactly.
also messed it
Yeah,
up for
because I know that
nonprofits.
there are a lot of people that donated to this organization that are a little weary now at this
Exactly.
point of even donating to any other.
Hey, that's what I'm about to
Listen,
say.
for the record, you can
So-
go right to irs.gov and look up the charities too for any organization that you want to donate to. If
it'll
they
be
are
highly
501c3, they will be listed there. I
And
knew
what's
this
that website
before.
again?
www.irs.gov and look up
Okay.
the charities too. And type in the name of the organization and it'll come up. Even if you type in the first letter, all of the 501c3s with that letter in the beginning of it
Right.
will come up.
Right.
Right.
So just do your homework. Like,
Yeah.
don't stop giving or change who you are. Do
Right.
your homework
Right.
on who you're giving to.
And let me just say this real quick. And also, I want to point out this is very serious here. This is so deep because I was the contact. I made a personal connection with the Honduras embassy.
Yes.
They invited
did.
us in. They
remember
fed
that.
us. They gave us gifts.
I remember
they
that.
did pictures and sent our names and pictures over there expecting to receive us. We met that day at the consulate and we met with people whose family had cancer and we got their names and numbers and promised them when we get there we were going to do things. So, y'all hear what I'm saying?
Right.
The embassy.
Exactly.
My heart broke now. For
Because
me,
I have to say, someone did ask me, well, has she reaching out to the embassy of Honduras? And I said, I don't know, but
We
that's
did. We
definitely
did.
a
She
good.
had not- she
So
had planned
I
on
You
was
did
the
do
one
that.
made that connection.
You did do
and
that.
my heart broke and I cried like a baby when I had to be woman enough to get on that phone and call the embassy and let them know what happened.
Exactly.
Now for me, it stopped. When Fox 5 did that story, I was
stopped.
done.
That was
stopped.
the
was
that was
done.
hard.
And then
me.
she, even after
I
that,
was
she was
done.
like, so let's go to the beach.
Some of them went to the beach.
Some people
with
went
me.
to the beach.
Some went to the beach
And
with
so,
them that weekend.
Yeah, she was like, let's go to the beach. We're going to go to Virginia Beach and just regroup and da-da-da-da.
And we'll postpone the trip to
We're
a
still
later
gonna
date
go, right,
after
we're
the
still gonna go on
hearing.
trip. But let's go to the beach. But that's what I was saying when I said that the last time she did the pizza party. Anytime something happened, she would try to bring people back
Right,
in.
right,
To
right.
be able to see where everyone's head was.
But some of us weren't going to no beach.
Exactly.
You know, a lot of us was already
Still
on
putting the
to-
pieces together,
we
like,
was just-
Right.
When you
For
talk
me, I
about
was just done.
Right.
Yeah.
I was just done for because see, first of all, for Fox 5, they did their homework
They-
to break that
exactly,
story. I was
exactly,
just done. I stayed in my
exactly.
office that night and cried like a baby to 10 p.m. because
and then
I
to
was
go
hurt.
watch it
And-
on Channel 9 News.
Yeah, then Channel 9 that night, she had a lady on there supposed to have been her attorney. The attorney said absolutely nothing. That was strange. And I'm going to tell you why I stopped at August the 2nd. Because when she was on the Channel 9 News. All she had to do was show her IRS letter.
Right.
All she had to do was show her
Exactly.
articles in corporation.
Right.
She showed nothing. And I said right then and there, this whole
This
thing is a fraud.
exactly.
I mean,
And-
but she has
Exactly.
one because she showed it to me. It's not real,
It's
but
not
she
real.
has one.
But
No,
even
it's
when we
not
met
real.
with her, instead of her saying, "Hey, I can bring my documents," she was like, "I can bring my medical records," because she
To
wanted to
show
prove that she had
ovarian
cancer.
So do
She's
you all
like-
think that she is a 3-time ovarian cancer survivor?
No.
No, I do
I
not.
don't.
Okay. Okay.
No. And I just want to say this too. It's so sad because
I did.
I'm a veteran and I served my country. I knew when I was signing up to serve my country, I was called on any day. I would have had to go fight for my country. I knew that going into it, but I never thought that I would ever have to be in a court of law fighting another African American woman full of deceit and lies. What she started this
Exactly.
Honduras medical missionary trip was premeditated evil.
It was.
Absolutely.
Premeditated evil.
So has anyone spoken to her since this all came out?
Have you?
No.
The last time I
Oh,
saw
I
her,
haven't.
No.
No.
she blocked me on Facebook because I tagged her in a post that said, because I wanted her friends to see it. If you
Right.
donated to her or the charity, please contact the state's attorney.
Right.
Contact everybody that
She
PayPal.
blocked
So
anybody.
that she blocked all of us.
everybody. Yeah, she blocked everybody.
And
Even,
I-
she blocked our friends.
Yeah. And our
Yeah.
mission is to get this story out, to let people know from facts and
Because
truth.
people are still
You
supporting
know?
her.
And I want to just say this, and I'm coming public with it now, because as hard as I was fighting to go over to Honduras and help people with cancer, little did I know that I myself had cancer in me. I just had surgery September the 1st.
A month later.
So this now personal to me.
Exactly.
I have to protect every cancer, regardless of what type of cancer you have. I'm on a mission to make sure nobody hurts you.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
Nobody hurts you.
And
That's
I would
right.
think too, from a perspective, if it's just an issue of paperwork and you have all the supporters out here, why haven't you come up front and say what's going on?
Exactly.
This is what the problem is. Let me resolve it so I could continue on
'Cause
with
it's a
my
lie.
mission.
Exactly.
Let me reach out to the public and say I'm sorry.
And,
We're
and
going to
that's what I was
continue
going to say.
on.
Has
No
there been an
sorry.
apology
No.
to
No,
anyone?
no apology. We still don't know where the money is. All that money, and we
spent
only
it.
know about 42,000. So we think that it's probably about $100,000.
It's probably more than $100,000.
It's a lot of money that's missing.
All we know is she bought a brand new Jaguar.
No
Yeah,
answers,
I saw
though.
that.
No
I
answers.
I saw. I
And
saw.
one thing,
Just
like
saying.
me thinking back, one thing I did say was, what should have been a red flag for me was her saying, because We Can't Survive doesn't get grants. We get all our money from donations. And I'm sitting there thinking, and I let it go past my head, but why don't you get grants? Like,
Right.
if you're doing all this stuff in the community,
Right,
why not?
right.
But you can't get grants when you're not a nonprofit.
Because you're not a nonprofit.
Right.
So that's
You
why
don't have an EIN number.
she had
for a
nothing.
business.
So in so many ways, she was kind of throwing hints out there.
She
But
was being
then-
sloppy.
yeah,
And then also,
yeah.
like,
She
Yeah.
was interested
Yeah.
at the end. Once the news report hit, you could tell her interest. It wasn't there, and that's where
Interest as far as
what we had to do if we were still going on the missionary trip, getting these supplies out, getting things going. It wasn't there.
And
I
one more
mean,
thing, I just want to say one
She
more
went
thing.
as far as
Wow.
staging robberies.
That's what I was
Yes.
about to say. So she was a victim.
Probably hit her own head up against
A
the wall.
victim. Like she
To act
played
like
this
her
victim
eye was black.
mentality to keep us
and
close.
yeah, that was I
For $500 though.
I
Like
did,
it wasn't
I
for
did.
$10,000. She was like, I got robbed for $500. Had
That's the
black
day before
eyes.
we were supposed to come to this
Yep.
show.
Yep, I remember.
And so,
I
yeah.
remember. I got a text from her
False.
to say
Did she tell
that.
you that she got robbed?
She told me she
And that
got
was the
robbed.
first time
and
she got robbed.
She was
got
at the
robbed
police
another time
station.
before that.
Yeah.
Wow.
And people, not only in the DMV area know need to be on the lookout, but money was transferred from state to state. People from out of state were donating, so you got
Exactly.
money laundering coming. That's wire fraud. You're
Exactly.
fake. You're requesting donations from state to state. I think that's a charge too. So what I'm saying
There's
is
so many
that
charges.
name Maya Wright. I'm sorry. I'm gonna put it out there. Is fake. Is fraud. She hurt many people. She destroyed lives. I mean, we need to call it what it is. We ain't sweeping this under the rug.
Exactly. That's right.
My
That's
thing
right.
from day one was God and the law. That's what I'm standing on. God
That's
and
right.
the law to bring forth justice. And if she didn't know me, she will know me now. I think my middle name should be Justice. Right. I ain't sleeping.
And in addition to that, just dealing with your family and your friends and your supporters, because each one of us has a different network. Right. You know what I mean? And when you have people that support you just because you ask them to go, they don't want to support you in their lurie. I mean, people know my heart, so they know that I didn't have any ill intentions. But it's embarrassing to tell people that you beat over the head. Like, if you don't donate $5, I'm never talking to you again. Like, I mean, like for me to take that strong position with somebody because they didn't give me $5
at her birthday party. We passed a bag around at her birthday party.
No, tell about your job. You even did a fundraiser at her job.
And then she
So I'm a managing partner at a restaurant, Cheers, in Southeast, and we did a celebrity bartender night. I organized
her job. She put her job.
I mean, my partners know that I'm not, I didn't have any ill intent.
But even tips, she gave her tips out too. Yeah. Like, okay, well, I'm gonna dump my tips in the jar too.
And it's all for the team.
We all sacrifice.
And one of the team members, and this is where, I mean, it really is real. Someone lost their job.
Yeah, one of the team members lost
their job. We can't tell you everything. Well, first of all, there's a lot of things that we can't say. And there's no way that we can wrap everything up that we can't say in this little bit of time. It's a movie, definitely. It's so
in one sentence in closing, what advice would you all give anyone?
One, if you want to do good deeds, register properly. Get your 501c3. Right. In the state of Maryland or D.C., register your business because they are watching.
Right.
Also, if you're donating, check about the nonprofit.
Do your research.
That's all. It's so easy.
Yeah, just do your research.
Mm-hmm. And don't go off what you see on Facebook just because they have a relationship with multiple people you know. Check their background.
Exactly.
And I just ask the public, just keep us all in prayer as we fight for justice, because we're not doing it just for us. We're doing it for you as well.
For everybody out there.
Yeah. In addition, if you're watching this show and you have made donations, or you know people who've made donations, please, you need to make sure that you contact your local authorities to let them know. I don't have the information directly in front of me, but I'm Antonice Ruffin and I'm on Facebook, and it's on my Facebook page because I made a public post about it. I'll repost it.
I think it's on every
Brent Gentleman is the guy from the Secretary of State's office in the state of Maryland.
And Josephine
Usually.
Okay.
And so they can know how much money you gave. You can also dispute it through PayPal.
Through your bank.
Through your bank.
As long as you didn't send it through the family and friends link.
Right. That's the other thing. That's a good tip.
Don't send anybody money through the family and friends link.
Okay. Yep. Well, ladies, thank you guys for coming.
Thank you for
Thank you guys. You know, my heart goes to you because I can hear how dedicated and hurt at the same time that you guys are over this whole mess. And I pray that some type of resolution comes very soon for you all.
Thank you.
But just continue to do good.
We will.
Don't let it harden your heart.
We're still out there doing what God created us to do. We're not letting one woman destroy our innate gifts.
But we're going to make sure she pays.
And this team is a good team. Everyone has good head on their shoulders, business owners, entrepreneurs, and we're still growing. You know, we're growing as a team. So she picked a good bunch.
Watch us. Stay tuned for the nearest theater.
It's coming.
All right. All right. Well, just make sure I get a ticket front row.
I think you can do the report. You have a spot in the movie.
Or the red carpet, right?
Yeah, we did. Like I said, we couldn't tell everything tonight, but trust, we have a story.
Well, I'm sure everyone will continue to follow along with this story because I'm sure everybody wants to know what the conclusion of this is going to be.
Right.
And where is the money?
And where is the money? That's the tagline. Where is the money?
Where's the money?
Thank you guys again. We're going to close this show. Again, you guys, thank you.
Thank you.
You're all awesome. You're awesome.
Have a good evening.
Thank you so much.
Thank
you too.
you.
All righty.
Bye.